Hello YouTube, it's Tony. So today I'll show you part 2 of my 10 free-to-play money making methods. Here is the disclaimer, so just pause the video as I'll get started right now. The first method we have is mining iron ores. This is located in the Dwarven mines. While it only requires 10 mining, I suggest 50 plus mining and 15 dungeoneering for the deposit box. You want to bring an ore box in your inventory plus iron stone spirits. Nowadays, this place is located further away from the deposit box than before. You'll notice that you don't need to 4-tick these or chase opportunities, as you almost mine them instantly. In fact, at level 67 or higher mining, you can one-shot these iron ores. Ideally, place the ore box in your action bar so it will not interrupt the mining action when you're trying to fill the ore box. Those who don't know what exactly stone spirits are, they'll give you an extra ore when it's consumed. In other words, 100 iron stone spirits will give you 200 iron ores. Iron ores are in very good demand for iron and steel bars. Yeah, they're surprisingly at a very high price. The bank deposit box is right inside the resource dungeon. You can empty all the ores inside your ore box instantly by using the ore box and the deposit box. You'll get around 800k to 1 million GP per hour at today's prices. The second method we have are smelting steel ingots. You can do this at any furnace, but Artisan's Workshop has the closest furnace to the bank. It only requires 20 smithing. Make sure you keep the steel bars in the metal bank. As you can see right here, the process is very AFK. For every steel ingot, this requires 5 steel bars. These are generally in good demand for steel titan pouches, as they no longer require steel plate bodies. You'll use the bank chest in the Artisan's Workshop in order to bank. You'll make 1,200 ingots per hour, which in turn is equal to 1.5 mil profit per hour. The third method we have is high alching. You can do this remotely anywhere, and the requirement for this is 55 magic. I recommend you bring a lot of upfront cash. Obviously you have to wield your Staff of Fire. Bring the noted alchables plus nature runes in your inventory. For the strategy, you want to click the magic spellbook in order to alch. By placing the item straight underneath the ALCH icon, you can click one spot continuously. Technically, I could even do this with my eyes closed. Some people like to keybind to ALCH, but you'll have to press 2 keys in this case. The best alchables in free-to-play worlds are various rune salvages. Just use the RS Wiki link for the best current profit. You want to go for the ones that will give you at least 500 GP or more per ALCH. You know, sometimes salvages are really hard to buy as there aren't many good alchables after the rework. However, luckily for you, they have a 25k buy limit. At max, you should cast 1,200 ALCHs per hour. That means your profit per hour can range from 600k all the way to 1 million GP per hour depending on the item prices. The fourth method we have are killing the adolescent white wolves. This is located in the White Wolf Mountain. I suggest you have 30 plus magic so you can surge and move around. You'll start by killing the spawns near the Taverly Bank. Even though they have very low HP, they're pretty spread out here. A little bit north of this mountain, there are a couple more spawns. Because they spawn very slowly, you can alternatively try hopping worlds instead of waiting. If you were to go further north near the Berthorpe Bank, there are regular white wolves, but they do not drop any wolf meat. Wolf bones and wolf meat are in surprisingly good demand, but their supply is very low. Unfortunately, due to their low trade volume, it may not be a long-term viable method. The profit per hour you can get for this is 1 million to 1.2 million. The fifth method we have is shop running. The most profitable shops are rune and feather shops. What I suggest is 30 magic plus some starting cash. The first shop you want to go to is Varrock. Use the Varrock lodestone, then keep going east. Now grab the free air and mine runes. After that, buy all the following runes: the fire, the air, the water, the earth, the body, and the mine runes. The rune shop is called Aubrey's Rune Shop. The next shop we'll go to is Port Sarum. Just use the Port Sarum lodestone, then enter the fishing store north. You will now buy 1,000 feathers from the fishing store. When you've done so, keep going north and enter Betty's Magic Shop. Then buy all the elemental runes plus the body and mine runes. Yeah, you'll notice that there is a mugger here, so just watch out if you're a low-level player. After that, go to the Lumbridge Fishing Store. In order to do so, use the Lumbridge lodestone, then go northwest. It is located near the Combat Academy. You will buy 1,000 feathers. Next up, the Berthorpe Magic Shop. Use the Berthorpe lodestone, then run northeast and enter the store. The magic store is just right beside the agility course. You'll also be able to grab free air and mind runes. Go ahead and buy all the elemental runes plus the body and mind runes. Finally, go to the Edgeville lodestone and bank everything first. You are now going to go to the wilderness. Go south, then pull the lever. When you've entered the wilderness, go north and cut the web. This will take you a few tries. Then you'll keep running west until you see 2 more webs. Once again, go cut both of them and pull the lever to enter. Finally, you can access the rune shop. Once again, buy all the elemental runes plus the body and the mind runes. Some people like to buy nature runes here as they're worth around 400 GP each. So yeah, this is the largest magic shop in free-to-play worlds. Shops will restock at 0-0 game time. You'll get around 260k GP per day profit, and this should take you 4 minutes. Number 6, killing SPELLWISPS. This is located northwest of the Wizard's Tower. There are no requirements for this, but I do recommend 30 plus range or 45 plus magic. For your gear setup, bring at least a tier 30 range or magic weapon. For a free-to-play monster, they do have fairly high HP, so you're not going to be able to one-shot them every single time. Don't forget to enable area loot if you haven't done so already, and pick up all these drops. You can deposit your inventory by talking to the nearby wizard. I know some people like to kill ice fiends as they offer you more combat XP, but their bank distance is further than that. The reason why people buy Impious Ashes is because they're used for low-level instant sticks. At today's prices, you can get 1.2 to 1.4 mil GP per hour. Stringing U shield bows. You can do this at any bank chest, but Combat Academy is the best. In order to make U shield bows, it requires 70 fletching. Your inventory preset should contain 14 unstrung U shield bows and 14 bowstring. When you load the bank preset, click the portal fletcher immediately. There's a small chance to string 2 bows at once, plus give you 10% more fletching XP. Maple and magic shield bows are also profitable, plus they're in really good trade volume. The main reason they're in such good demand is because of invention, particularly the tensile and precise components. You can string around 2,800 bows per hour, which in turn gives you 1 million GP per hour. It does give you decent fletching XP as well. Number 8, smithing rune dart tips. It requires 50 smithing plus the Tourist Trap quest complete. Since Tourist Trap is a member quest, you have to have been a member in the past in order to do this. However, despite this, you can still do this on free-to-play worlds even after your member expires. Make sure you deposit the rune bars to your metal bank. You'll heat the forge and then smith the anvil. Your character will keep hitting until you finish that smithing object. Smithing nowadays uses fewer bars per hour, but every bar gives you 50 rune dart tips. So just like rune arrowheads, you do not need to bank. Why the dart tips are in such demand is because they're extremely fast plus expensive fletching XP per hour. You'll get around 750k to 1 mil GP per hour as the prices fluctuate a lot here. Either way, it's guaranteed more profitable than rune arrowheads. The 9th method we have is smelting rune bars. You can do this at any furnace and this requires 50 smithing. However, I suggest 57 smithing because there's a chance of getting a double bar, plus having at least 5 million upfront cash. Make sure you store the Luminite and Runite ores in the metal bank. As you can see right here, it is somewhat AFK. You can deposit these rune bars to the metal bank, so that means there's no need to bank. They're currently the most profitable bar in free-to-play worlds, just because of the extra bar chance. I know rune bars are tier 50 after the rework, but these are still in high demand for various items, including Elder rune bars. You'll make around 2.1k rune bars per hour, which in turn gives you a profit per hour of 1.2 million. Finally, the 10th and last method we have is making jewelry. To make emerald necklaces, this requires 29 crafting. Completing family crests allows you to store the gold bars towards the metal bank. If you haven't completed the quest at all, then you have to have 14 gold bars in your inventory plus 14 cut gems. I'm currently doing emerald necklaces as they have the best profit here. You could otherwise do ruby or diamond necklaces as they have similar profit rates. These are mostly in demand for 2 things. 1, tradable precious components for invention, and 2, sign of the porter charges. You should make 1,350 jewelry per hour, which in turn is equal to 1.5 million GP per hour. This wraps up part 2 of my 10 free-to-play money-making methods. Again, the profit may not be viable and some methods aren't that great, so just choose which method's right for you. So yeah, thanks for watching and I hope it helps. If I missed anything, feel free to ask. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because I'll definitely be doing more money making guides in the future.